My aunt tried to use the "you don't need money, I'm giving you experience and exposure for some art I did for business." She got called out. Now her entire scam and life is unraveling, and while I don't like to gloat, I can't help but snicker. Aunt J, by marriage, asked me to do several pieces of art for her real estate business. I am in school, and am positive I told her that I would need to be paid. I am also positive she agreed to pay me, my major mistake for not agreeing to terms up front, but she still tried to take advantage of me. She was difficult, refused to accept drafts, then hated the finished products. I was out tons of time and money and tried to wash my hands of her. Out of the blue, she wanted me to fly out on my own dime to paint her office mural. I said I would have to get paid for previous work, and she exploded on me and told me that exposure from people like me is great for people like you, and I am giving you experience. ***. That was Monday. First thing Tuesday morning, I had a meeting with my school's licensing legal advisor, and she helped me draft a letter stating since no legal transfer of ownership had taken place, Aunt J was to cease using any of my work immediately. We also wrote up an invoice for my time, materials, and shipping up to that point with a very friendly 15% family discount, and that if Aunt J were to work out a payment plan, she could continue using the finished pieces. I emailed them to her. I was very sincerely trying to handle this like an adult and not involve my parents or my uncle, Dad's brother, and Aunt J's husband, but maybe 1.5 hours after I pressed send on the email, my mom called me. "Mom, Aunt J just called and completely chewed me out over what an ungrateful brat you are. What's going on?" I explained the situation to her and apologized because I really was trying to handle it myself. She was apoplectic mad and revealed to me that Aunt J had been pulling this kind of pliction ever since she married my uncle. Mom really wished I would have called when this first started, and she would have advised to me avoid ever doing anything with her. I said I was sorry that I was in so deep, but I felt like I was handling it. Okay, my mom asked if it was okay if she got involved. I said that was okay. Aunt J got her real estate license last fall and had been telling my uncle that she was a lock to be a franchise or whatever you call it in real estate for a nationwide real estate company. I just say Permax. My mom called a local Permax office and asked who she should talk to because one of their agents had commissioned several thousands of dollars worth of professional promotional materials and was refusing to pay. She was put on the phone with whoever was the highest ranking agent in my hometown, who was incredibly confused because all the local offices were under his guidance and they had a promotional materials contract with a local graphic design company. My mom gave him Aunt J's name, and holy shit, Aunt J was using this multi-million-dollar real estate company's name and materials when she wasn't even part of the company. I mean, this is a huge deal and she could literally be facing years of legal trouble, and since real estate licensing is a fairly small world in our state, she is almost certainly going to lose her license if Promex pursues her. I honestly don't know enough about real estate to know how, or even if she was making this work, or if she was just biding her time until the franchise did come trough. I have no idea. Maybe her scam wouldn't have been figured out if she just paid me. But it gets even deeper than this. Aunt J had just bought a huge new Cadillac Escalade over Christmas, and since she said it was for work, she told my uncle that Promex was helping her finance it. My dad called my uncle, his brother, to let him know what my mom had found out as a heads up. My uncle freaked out because obviously if she wasn't part of Promex, then she wasn't getting generous financing terms from Promex on her new $80,000 car. My uncle ran his credit and it looks like Aunt J had taken out 2 credit cards in his name and maxed them out. He thinks for the down payment on this car. So not only was Aunt J screwing me over, she was in a roundabout way stealing using the established name of a multi-million-dollar company, but she committed identity theft against her own husband too, and now she's been exposed because she refused to pay me.